I'll just take this one from the book. So this is right, the Krebs cycle. So what happens to pyruvate if there's oxygen present? So if there's oxygen present, it enters the mitochondria, and straight away one of the carbons is given off, and it joins with oxygen to form CO2. So the carbon dioxide, what can happen to that? It can be used in respiration, photosynthesis, or it can be released out into the atmosphere. Right, the 2 electrons released. In photosynthesis you had NADPH being produced, but in respiration you have NAD plus. NAD plus. Sorry, in photosynthesis you had NAD plus, but in respiration you have NAD. That's a low energy carrier, and NAD picks up the 2 electrons from. So it picks up the 2 electrons to form NAD minus, and then it picks up a hydrogen to form NADH. And that NADH travels off to the electron transport system. So it travels off to the ETC, the electron transport system, where it'll dump the hydrogen and the 2 electrons and create tons of energy. So this is not where the energy is really being created here at the moment. Remember, that's a carrier. Alright, so one of the carbons is lost, so we're left with 2 carbons. And that 2 carbon, I'll answer questions that this 2 carbon now is called acetyl coenzyme, or acetyl-CoA. Right, so acetyl-CoA enters the Krebs cycle. Now when it enters the Krebs cycle, the first stage is another carbon is given off. So the CO2 is given off. And when the CO2 is given off, 6 electrons are released. Now you won't talk more about this in a second. 6 electrons released, and these 6 electrons, many electrons are picked up by each NADH, NAD plus. 2 electrons are picked up. So how many NAD pluses will I need to pick these up? I need 3 of them. So that's why you see 3 NAD plus. So 1 NAD plus will pick up 2 electrons, so you need 3 of them. So you get 3 NADH. Where will they travel off to? The electron transport chain at the end, where they'll dump the electrons and the hydrogen. Right, so continuing on, you have 1 molecule of ATP produced. Sorry, just rub that out for a second. One molecule of ATP produced. You have 1 last carbon, don't you? So the carbon's released, combined with oxygen to form CO2. And you have 2 electrons. So the 2 electrons and the hydrogen are picked up by another NAD plus to form NADH. And where do all of these NADHs travel off to? The ETC, the electron transport chain, like trucks, they pick up. Right, so the cycle comes around again, and what's picked up again? 2 more carbons are picked up. The cycle goes around again.